I've been putting off covering this playbook for a while now, and I think it's time to cover it. Kurt Benkert, give it to the brother. He created the best playbook in all of Madden 26, and we're going to take a look at it. They just did some updates to the playbook. I'm going to be breaking this playbook down a little bit here. If you guys want to get my full Kurt Benkert offensive ebook, it's going to be dropping in our school community. If you're not a school community member, it's only $10 to be a member, and it gets you access to all of our offensive and defensive ebooks for Madden and for college football. So if you're looking for the information that you need to win more games, that is the best place to find it. It's literally a library of a ton of different offensive and defensive ebooks, tips, mini schemes, everything you need to know to win more games. If you guys want to check it out, the link is in the description below. But Kurt Bankert's Dimes playbook, they added some stuff to it. And I'm just going to walk you through kind of first and foremost the audibles for this, and then I'll show you some of the plays in practice mode here. So I form close, kind of an underrated formation to have here. Any kind of understanding. The biggest weakness to Kurt Benkert's playbook, in my opinion, is the red zone, and that is really what they addressed in this update. This PA throwback's actually pretty cool play. PA spider mesh, good play. Power O, and then PA boot right is actually a crazy play. Like I don't even know how that would work, but it works. But anyway, just coming out and toss or zone weak, and then you get all the plays there. But that's really not why we're here. We do have goal line, of course, but let's go ahead and get into the passing. So this doubles Y off, kind of meh, like it's good, but it's right? It's okay. What I like to do, this verts out play really good because you have the stock fade and the slot seam streak. Good little play there. You have stick knife, which is essentially Y cross, at least the way that I would call it. And then you have tight end scissors Texas. Like these are cool plays. It's just this formation as a whole to me is kind of meh. But there you go. Trey open strong. So Trey open strong, it is a tight end based trips. So you should be able to audible to this play. And as far as like the plays that I would have in here, these are where I like to get, some of that kind of that bubblegum type stuff done. So inside zone, RPO smoke, both of those in there. For verticals, you could have that play in there if you wanted it. I don't think you necessarily have to. The play scissors is kind of cool. You got like a slot post. What you're really looking for is you're looking for unique routes like motion PA flood. That's a cool play. So we'll throw that in there. Verticals just kind of in this formation, unfortunately, but that's how I would set that up. Empty base flex. I wish that he would have the tight end on the line of scrimmage, but whatever. Good play here. Motion smash by whip. Why is this play good? It's good because you have a short post route and a really cool, unique zig route to the tight end. You can build around that. RPO quarterback draw bubble. This has to be an amazing play. Like it just has to be. Let's take a look at some of the other plays here. Divide slot fade. Not that great, in my opinion. Reload halfback sweep. Reload PA shake bubble. These are some crazy plays. Probably would never call those. Red zone up. That route to the in route is probably amazing. But we'll leave that. We'll just leave this Omaha fade because you need seam streaks in five wide. And then scissors drive. And it doesn't really do a whole lot for me. So what I'd probably do is I would probably put red zone up here actually. So I can just have that cool route. Okay, what makes this playbook good is his bunch X nasty and his bunch tight end. It has pretty much every play in the game from these two formations. So these are the audibles that I would set in order of priority. The first and foremost, bunch tight end, you gotta have this RPO alert bubble. This is a have to have in your audibles. Bunch X nasty to me, you could kind of set almost any play as your audibles. Okay. That being said, when I can set so many plays like that, I like to have specific plays that do specific things for me. I'll give you one of the plays that is really, really powerful in this formation. If I can find it, it is that corner route play on the right. Hopefully, I can actually find the play. X cross. This is a great play. It's got a really unique corner route. It's got a speed out to the tight end, and then it's got that running back slide route. that is really, really effective in this year's game. You need to have this play if you're going to be running this playbook. The next one that I would probably set, really just primarily because of the versatility of the play, I feel like, I don't know, man. Like, I would definitely want to have this motion RPO zone alert. I love this play. Very good play, in my opinion. Motion cross post to me has to be in there. It's just such a powerful play. And then honestly, spacing switch. I know they're pretty basic audibles, but these are, in my opinion, probably the three best plays in the formation. And so just having those, and then I can come out in whatever I want. That's how I would do it. Bunch tight end, as far as how I would set this formation up, couple different audibles options, a couple different options for you. I think one thing you have to have is this play spacing. If I can find it, this play really good, has a great running back table route, and there's just so many things that you can do with the play. You have a couple different ones here, man. Like cheat tight end hitch halfback seam. I would probably prefer to have that, or at least one of the motion plays. The boomerang motions are actually pretty cool from this. I mean, I actually think what I would probably do is have the halfback off tackle in here. And the reason being is because it's just a really good run play and they hit different gaps. So it gives you two really good shotgun runs, spacing. And then the only other one, I would say you would either do this cheat play, you could do the play action play, but the reason that I would do this motion spacing play, this play is pretty glitchy and it also gives you the ability to have that slot receiver on a short post. You can kind of build around that. So I love this, and I would probably honestly interchange these in the game if I knew, like, okay, I want to go from bunch X nasty to bunch tight end and call inside switch. Inside switch is a really good play. Tight end corner's cool, but inside switch is really good if I could find it right there. That one really good. You got a good table route. You've got a corner. You've got a nice short post on the outside. So that would be another play that I would kind of go in between there. Now, this formation right here, trio halfback weak. This formation was added in the update, and this formation is automatically going to make this playbook significantly better. So we just take a look at it. It's essentially just a trips or trio formation. Now, what this formation brings to the table is it brings to the table an RPO alert bubble, which we can kind of do some cool stuff in. This is essentially going to be one of your go-to red zone formations, in my opinion. Now, we also have here that I think is cool, and you got to have this one, in my opinion, quarterback blast. Quarterback runs in this game are good. They've been good all year, and they're great in the red zone, great in short yardage. And where does Benkert's playbook struggle? It struggles in short yardage. So that I feel like those are two must-haves. I wouldn't even mind if you put the wide zone in here, honestly. I truly would not mind you putting the wide zone in there. The other plays are kind of like, like they're good, but they're not like, do they really move the ball forward for your offense? I don't know. I mean, like motion trail halfback sneak, it's got to be in your audibles. Has to be. These running back slide routes, if you have a play with a running back slide route and it's not a play action play, has to be in your audibles. It's such a good route, okay? Like PAY cross, I wouldn't have this in my audibles because when they do it on a play action, the route's not as good. Motion spot smash to me looks cool because it has a corner and a cool table route. You get a speed in. Again, that doesn't really do anything for you. Honestly, I would, if it was me doing this, I would probably put the wide zone in here just because this formation is 110% my red zone formation. That's the main purpose of it. Okay. So I would probably put the wide zone in here if it was just me. Now, if you want to pass happy, I'd probably put motion spot smash. Okay. Wide trips weak. This formation, again, like really cool plays. And I mean, my goodness, like look at this play. Look at this formation. Motion mesh. Gotta be in there. This has to be in your audibles. A short corner, a short post, and a seam wheel. Like these are routes you cannot recreate. Another one that has to be in your audibles, in my opinion, motion seam swirl. You have to have this play. You get a short post on the left, you get a crazy motion on the right. You can do stuff with this. China smash, motion Y shell across. Motion wide shot cross actually cool. The reason being is because of the in route to the running back. So I wouldn't mind if you just put this in here. I don't think you necessarily have to. I probably just default to like a run if there is a good run in here. They don't have the one I was hoping they had. Wide receiver mid screen. That looks like a crazy play. Honestly, feel like, you know what? I actually don't want to run out of this formation. There's two plays that I think you want to have. They're really, really good in the red zone. So the first one is going to be, oh, that's a unique way to call dagger whip. That's a cool play. The first one to me would be this play, quick fork zig. What makes this play good is the ghost route and then also that little unique route on the outside on the right side. And then the other play I think you got to have, could put quarter strike, but I think slants has got a better one. It's the table route to the running back. That speed table, really valuable route. Doubles flex. This is kind of like a 2x2. This is actually kind of a cool formation. Take a look at how Benkert does it. This doubles flex specifically has the tight end on the line of scrimmage. A lot of times it doesn't have the tight end on the line of scrimmage. So let's just take a look at what we could do. This could be a really cool formation as well. There's some things. If he puts the right routes in here, let's just take a look here. Unfortunately for us, he did not put the right routes in here. And this formation's kind of not going to lie. This formation definitely kind of RPO alert swing, like it's good, but yeah, this formation to me is just not that good. So what I would do, anytime I have a formation that's not that good, I like to do just audibles like bubblegum. So I would put the swing in here. I have the inside zone in here. I probably have the seam streak to the tight end, kind of a unique route. And then that'd probably be it, honestly. Maybe the outside zone. Yeah, everything else is like just basically pointless. Like they're just all pointless plays. Motion Z spot, the table is kind of good. It's probably between these two plays. Um, Probably put the play action there, honestly. All right, normal WAF week. I'm hoping for something here. Let's see what we got. Fork gauge choice has a short corner on the left and a nice post, so I like that. RPO alert bubble. Love to see that in there. Love to see an RPO bubble like that. Because again, we're mainly looking for stuff for the red zone, honestly. PA fake leak outside zone, PA leak divide shot. That's not a short post. Hook Z post. These are just so mid. Double slants. I would take double slants just because of the table. The table route is so unique in slant in those plays. X dagger, no. Slot fade, no. Four verticals. I mean, these are just terrible. Maybe hook Z post just because it has a cool route to the outside there. But honestly, I'd probably just put inside zone because the RPO bubble is not an inside zone, it's a power play. So anyway, that's what I would do for the audibles in the Kurt Benker's playbook. And now we're going to get into some of the plays. So one pro tip for Bunch X Nasty is the packages at the bottom. As you see here, it just has your stock third down halfback in here. What you want to do is you want to put your tight end slot package in this formation. This will put the tight end in the slot, and then you want to sub back in your players. So, in this case, we would put probably a Buka on the slot, and we'd have to put our main tight end back there, K. Dotton. So anyway, the reason you want to do this is this package when they play cover zero blitz, they can't press you in mid blitz. So it just makes playing mid blitz easier. Now, as far as plays go, there is so many, right? There's so many good plays in this playbook from Bunch X Nasty, Bunch Tight End. I feel like it would be just beneficial for us primarily to kind of just focus in on a handful of them. They did change the route on the Y flat goal line plays. So that route is no longer as good. This motion return whip switch is okay, right? But it's not amazing. But really, this like SFT bounce mesh drive, cool play. The main one I want to show you that I think you need to take a look at is this X cross. The reason being is this corner route on the right side. Very simple hot routes here. You could just do something like this right here. But effectively, we're looking for this corner. And take a look at how this kind of corner runs. As you see there, if they cover it, we can take it down to the back. But it's a really unique short corner. It's a little better than a short corner. It's like I'm trying to think how to word it. Take a look and see how he moves here. I'll show you something here. But anyway, I'm just going to hard flat out of cover four to show you the route. So what you'll see is this corner. See how he kind of bends against the cover four? The reason that's good is because you don't really need a clear out for that route to be good. It's very difficult to consistently switch stick that route, which makes it good. And then, as I said, you have this running back slide route that is super, super powerful. Now, if they run like a curl flat here, I'm just going to blindly throw it and just trust it. Sometimes you can fit it in right there. I was not able to. But the beauty of this play is you have this running back slide route. And this running back slide route is so good at getting underneath of hard flats. Like you can just throw this right here, get some easy blocks, get upfield, and really you can do just that simple, right? But this combo right here is so good in this game. Just this simple X cross play. Okay, he backs up, I throw that down, and I'm just high-low in the defense, right? It's a very simple play in the big picture of things, but I think it's a really good play. And then you have this SFT bounce mesh drive where we could do something like this. If we want to super flood that right side here, we get a little auto motion and he's just going to bounce over here and we're going to run a table. And then your short corner gets a little bit more depth than it does out of the X cross play. The reason I like X cross a lot as well is because in this game, and I think we're going to get more of it now, you're going to get man coverage. And you're going to probably get more man coverage post-patch. I feel like man coverage is a little better post-patch. And so you're going to get more man coverage. And so this corner route, you're going to see does just a really nice job at bending man coverage to the side. Sertan actually went crazy there. Let's see if we can get a better rep here. But let's just see here. Take a look at that corner. See how he bends him back down. And you just get that positioning, right? That really nice positioning. So you have that route against man coverage. And then the other route that you have against man coverage that should 100% be shown here is this running back slide. This is why so many people run this route. Watch what it does against man coverage. It destroys man coverage. So what's really cool about the running back this year, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like, man coverage, right? The running back just crucifies man coverage. Like spacing switch, for example, this running back table route is going to do a really good job against man coverage. It's why you need this route in your offense because as you see, you get out of there and you're able to get some easy yardage. One of the best ways to break down any kind of zone coverage would be with motion cross post. This play really good against different types of zones, and you can kind of run it however. I think a real simple setup is this right here. Just stem the tight end all the way down and then streak the ISO receiver. What happens in most zones is they'll run away from this and you can throw this to the sideline like that in a really nice pocket. The other thing here is you have this underneath little drag route that's going to get open. So this drag route underneath to the slot receiver. If they're not hard flatting, see how low he runs? Super underneath route. That's just going to get in a nice spot against the defense. So anyway, that play gives you some answers in terms of zone coverage. Another one is kind of a universal concept. So what I like to do is use X cross for this just because I want to use the running back slide route. But effectively, I can put the tight end or I could put the slot receiver, outside bunch receiver on a corner, stem him down at least one time, slot fade the slot receiver, streak the tight end, and then have like a little return route over the middle as a check down. And take a look here at how this deeper corner, when you pair it with a slot fade, that corner route is going to get wide open. It's going to get open over everything because he's going to clear over the top of literally everything. And so, that simple concept right there, it can give you just so many yards, especially against cover two. It's just hard to guard. They have to switch stick over there. And then the backside is normally wide open. You can playmaker that in route upfield. Just a great all-around combination. And then we have a lot of good baby dots, what I call baby dots here. Spacing switch is kind of our baby dot play. A couple different ways to run it. One of the ways that I'm liking to run it right now is a simple slant route. It's going to look a little weird, but a slant route. I'll use a return route. I'll use a wheel route to the tight end, and I'll use a return route underneath. So it looks like this. So the only reason we're really calling the play is for the flat route to the table. If they don't hard flat, then this table route is just going to be money, and it's going to be simple. You want to just take your easy read right there to that table. But what happens a lot of times is they basically will hard flat, and that's the whole point of the slant. So what will happen is when they hard flat, the hard flat will go to the table, and take a look at how this slant kind of spaces. That outside quarter really never plays him. if you put him on like a post or something, the outside quarter will play him. What this also does is a lot of people in their man coverage, they'll do something like this. So they'll basically give you something like this right here. And so if they give you something like this, you're going to have a lot of success with this play because, again, that table route is going to pull the hard flat, and they have to have the hard flat. If they don't have the hard flat, then you can throw the table route, of course. But effectively, you want these double return routes. These double return routes are really cool, really good this year, as you see right there in those little spots. And then that slant route, ironically, the slant route kind of did not slant. Let's take a look here real quick. But anyway, this is, you want to mix these in. These are good combos, and a good, good passer. You need to be able to attack every single area of the field. One of the most underrated areas to attack is kind of that slant route type area. That's that spot right there. Really high level place to be able to attack because it's hard to guard it. And then the other thing that I think makes this play really good is, let's say they do like a cover 4 hard flat and then they kind of get adjusted or whatever, but let's just say they shade down and they have 2 hooks. Why I like this play so much is because if they do 2 hook zones over the middle, these return routes when they're paired with the flat route, one of them normally is going to be available to you. Okay. And I'll show you like a window. The main window is probably going to be this ISO side, but effectively here, take a look here at the left. You see I can throw it before he gets to the hook. So that is really the idea with that play, just a simple baby dot. Another way to run the same basic thing, spacing switch this way. We're going to in route the ISO receiver, stem him up at least twice, probably 3 times, maybe even 4 times. Slant the tight end, streak the outside, and return route like this. The reason I like this play is because now that cover 4 hard flat, he's going to get pulled down, and you're going to have kind of a clear out for the quarter with that in route. And so that tight end will get open over there on the side. And we'll see if we can give a better example here. So what you'll see is, if I'm patient on this, see how he gets open in that little void right there. Now, what's nice about this is what we're also creating with this concept is a high-low in the middle of the field. And so what'll happen is they will run those hooks down to take that return route away, right? And then now we're able to throw this backside in route over the middle. So anyway, just a simple play that you have here. Another one that I like out of spacing switch, I like this one a lot, is this corner route on the ISO receiver. Stem him down 1 time, streak the slot, or you could curl him and stem him up twice. You just want him going super deep down the middle. You have a post, and then you have a backside in. The reason I like this so much is because, again, if they don't hard flat on that left side, even if they try to play a cover 2, this table route destroys it because it gets such a nice rat catch. It's easy yardage. It's like an easy 10 yards if they don't hard flat. So then when they hard flat on like a cover 4 drop or something like that, if they hard flat out of a cover 2, it's going to be even more open. But basically this corner route bends that quarter, and you can get this to be thrown in a nice little window over there on that side. And then on the back side, you have this high-low read. You have 2 vertical routes here on the left side, and so they're going to pull the yellow zones back. And if they pull them back, you can just dump it down right here. And then let's say the yellow zones kind of collapse on the route. Maybe they switch stick crazy to try to go guard the corner route. Then what you're going to be able to throw here is your post in kind of a unique area. You'll see right in here, kind of throw that post right in that little pocket. This is also a really good play for any kind of cover 3 cloud. So like, let's say they're doing something like this. Now, if they switch stick onto the streak to guard, let's say they switch stick onto the deep third to guard the post, then you can hit your streak. So you work this side here, and then you see that, and you see how he can go. Like the middle third covered it there, but imagine like if they're switch sticking to him to go guard the post, that becomes a throwable pass. And then the other thing about this is if they don't, let's say they stay at home, you'll see this gets a little more open than like a cover 4 will. So see how the middle third has to go to that streak, and then now you have this nice big area to throw your tight end post. So Anyway, I mean, the bunch X nasty is honestly fairly straightforward, right? Nothing super new. It's just you have everything at a bunch X nasty. This RPO is crazy. Just puts kind of flat. The flat always blitzes. It's just free yards against zone. Okay. Now, as far as bunch tight end goes, there is some cool stuff you could do out of this formation. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna audible to spacing, and I'm gonna show you that you can put the running back on some different routes. Let's see if I get it right here. So if I audible, I want to say it's this. No, it's not. I messed it up. Must have messed it up there. I'll try it again. Basically, there's an audible glitch where you can put the running back on tight end routes if you put him on the routes immediately, and it's on these auto motion plays. Yeah, so as you see here, he's on like a crosser. Okay, so the trick is obviously like you got to practice this a little bit, but basically the use for this is when you audible to this play motion spacing, you can immediately put the running back on tight end routes. As you see right there, I put him on a tight end zig. Okay, so if I audible, like let's say my bunch here is to the right, and I audible to motion spacing, and if I put the running back on a wheel route, which would be to the right side, I have to do it before he crosses the quarterback. But as you see now, he's on a wheel route. Now, what's the use case for this? Well, what you've basically done here is you've recreated the running back slide route. That's why this works. That's why this is really valuable. So what we could do on the back side of this, we have a short post, right? And we could just do something simple. But what's beautiful about this, watch the running back route. It runs just like a slide route, and it beats man for the most part, just like a cross field slide route. So we can kind of build plays around this wheel route. The wheel route is honestly the only one that I think is really useful. I don't know any other ones that are super useful, but what we could do is run our bunch tight end flood like this, but now we have that running back cross field route to be able to help us kind of pull flat defenders and things like that. So it's just a cool route that you can have, and the beauty of this is you have to do the hot route before the running back actually crosses the field. If you wait until he crosses the field, that zig route's actually not bad. If you wait until he crosses the field, then it's not going to be as effective. So I'll show you. So like if I wait, let's say I wait here, I waited, and now he's on a zig route to this side. Now what this could mean is you could put him on a wheel route to the right. So we'll just try that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until he crosses. And you see I'm able to put him on a tight end wheel route once he crosses. Why would this be good? Because this wheel route is flatter than a normal wheel, and it just pulls stuff a lot better. So, you could do like a wheel corner combo, and then this wheel also, it runs super flat, so it beats man coverage a little better, okay? So those are just kind of fun things that you can honestly do with this play. I don't know for sure if you can put the tight end. I don't think you can put the tight end on a post, yeah, because he doesn't flip sides. But anyway, so you have slant post here. This would be just a good old-fashioned play. Even just leaving the auto motion, totally fine. It's just going to be a little flat route right there. But you have that short post. And that short post normally will do a pretty good job of attacking any kind of zone and man coverage. So, you could do something like this. The one weakness of bunch tight end is honestly the tight end's positioning. It's just not ideal for clearing out space. And sometimes he bumps like that. But you see that short post is really good because normally short post routes don't really need a clear out, which is nice. And then the RPO bubble. So what you want to do is you want to auto to RPO bubble, and then you want to immediately put that bubble screen player on a flat. Now he's on a flat route. This flat route is much better than a bubble route, and you can use that accordingly, okay? The other audible you have here with some of the new plays is you can audible to this RPO bubble. I don't think you can hot route this one, but it's still a good bubble screen. As you see, there's just a lot of conflict, and you have the bubble. So the bubble is still good, even if you can't, hot route to it. So anyway, one of the other formations I wanted to quickly just hit before we get out of here is, and I wanted to talk a little bit about red zone, but it would be this wide trips week. There's some cool stuff in here. Motion mesh, as you see, short post to the tight end, super cool route, right? And we can kind of build around this short post. So what I would probably do is a clear out on the left side. You could put him on a slot fade. I would have a backside drag like this. I would think that's, you know, just a good combo, something like that, or even a return route. But basically, and then this outside guy here, you could kind of do whatever with him. You could kind of honestly do whatever here, but take a look at this tight end post. Just going to do a really nice job, right, of getting open. This is just a great man beating formation with these changes, because just take a look at, I mean, just how good this will be. So you just see here. I mean, watch that post. Just see how it fries. I mean, it just fries man coverage. So you're going to be able to fry man coverage with that post route. The other thing that's nice about this is you have the post on the ISO player as well. So this is kind of a makeshift trips, but this motion seam swirl play, you have a short post on your other guy here, and you notice he doesn't really move, which is great. So anyway, what you would do here is flat. You would have a slant to your tight end, and then a clear out to this outside guy. I would probably leave this return route. You could also put him on a stock return route if you don't like it, but it's a little deeper. It's going to just be a little better. And you see how that post, it's going to be a really nice route to be able to hit. The other thing about this is you also have slants. So you have that really unique running back route. The one weakness of this is it's not the hidden formation, so it is a little bit of a tell that you're in this formation here. But this running back route is so good, I don't even necessarily mind it, right? It's such a good route. And then the other play that you have out of this look right here is quick fork zig. Put this guy on a flat, put this guy on a post or a crosser, put this guy on a return route just like this. And this is just going to do a really good job, as you see, of beating zone. Not amazing against man, but it is amazing against zone, right? And then, let's see here. Any other ones that we wanted to hit on? The tray open one, RPO smoke. Ooh, that's crazy. I can hot route that fade. Watch it just glitch coverage. That didn't glitch coverage. All right. So anyway, let's talk red zone real quick. The biggest thing in the red zone is bubblegum, and that's what I thought was like this formation's weakness before. Generally speaking, you want to be in trips or bunch tight end in the red zone because that's the best bubblegum stuff. So number one, easiest thing to do in the red zone is to run the ball. A short side play that I really like is this RPO bubble or RPO zone alert. The reason that I like this is because it'll give this auto motion a lot of space here. So against a hard flat, I'm hard flatting on the outside. You see a lot of times he doesn't run out there. If I can break that one tackle, you know, I could get in. But the other thing I can do is I can go to, you know, spacing here, and I can run this combination, a return route, a slant route, and then a crosser like this. I like this against your standard cover twos of the world. The reason being is because that tight end crosser should get in a nice spot. Let me try to show that again. It's going to be a little difficult down here in the red zone. And this is why you want to honestly be running the ball. But if you wanted a red zone dot, this is decent. I'll show it to you here. Kind of throw that in between the zones. You can also wait on this a little bit more. I did not do a good job of waiting on it. If you wait on the tight end route, the reason you want to use these crossers in the red zone this year is because they don't stop running when they hit the back of the end zone, whereas an in route will. I just can't hit it. I'm gonna give you the flip variation of this. So the other variation of this is return route crosser here and return route here. So you have two return routes. So now you have the crosser going over here like this, back corner, gets in a nice spot right there. So you have that option. And then the other thing that you could do realistically here is just stem up curls. And honestly, I would probably just do something like this. The reason this is good is because the shade down yellows are very popular in the red zone. And so these curls get over the top of them basically because you stem them to the back of the end zone. So something like this. This would be fine. The reason is, see how that curl just gets wide open. So anyway, that would be something. If they run man coverage on the red zone, honestly, man coverage is not going to do them very much good to run a lot of man. What you want to be doing is you want to be running the ball. So like this RPO is really good. And then one little caveat I wanted to give you. A lot of people, they're going to say, okay, he's running the bubble, so I need to adjust to that. So I might do something like this. I think in general what you want is you want this guy. You want this guy on the hard flat. I'm trying to remember. So this guy on the hard flat, but you want him in here, and you want this guy out here. And so then you might get like a cloud flat here, and you might get like a deep half or something. Anyway, what you can do is you show this, but you actually put him on a streak, okay? And then basically, if they cover it, you just hand the ball off. But you're looking at that, a lot of times it'll be wide open because they're so focused on stopping the RPO down here. So that is something that you have access to within this formation. You also have all the other stuff. So the new stuff that you have, honestly, this quarterback blast, I'm just going to, for sake of illustration here, I'm going to run random plays on defense just to kind of help. You have good runs. Like I said, you basically want to run the ball in if possible. If at all possible, you want to run the ball in, okay? Now, this bubble screen here, you want to read bubble screen. A lot of times that bubble screen will be there. So that's another one that's just kind of tough to defend, right? You have that option. The other thing that you have is you have quarterback blast. So what's nice about this quarterback blast is there's nobody on the right side. So it's really just kind of one-on-one quarterback running, just powering ahead. And a lot of times you'd be surprised, but this quarterback blast, you're just wanting to run this basically straight down effectively. And this thing, normally, if you hold your blocks, it'll seal up, and you normally can get at least a decent shot at the touchdown there, okay? So that's one. And then as far as the plays go, I think the best red zone play out of this formation is this motion trail sneak. So what we're going to do is we're going to flat, in route, slant route, crosser, just like this. Your standard trips combo, but now you have it with a slide route. And so that slide route, a lot of times is a nice answer. You see that slant route gets into a nice spot. That tight end crosser will get into a nice spot. Like that's a play that's hard to defend. And then if you wanted to leave the motion on the play, what I would probably do is I'd probably flat Evans, and then I'd just leave the crosser like this. But now we give him a little bit of a different look, but we're basically doing kind of the same thing. But we're just really looking for that tight end crosser or tight end drag there over the middle. I'm going to show that to you one more time. So again, just flat this guy, maybe. And then your trail route is not bad either. It'll kind of get into a nice area. But effectively, you're looking really for that drag. And then if that's not there, you can just take that slide route if they're falling asleep. Off of that, we'll get enough. That'll be enough to get you in. Another combo that I like out of this trio would be something like motion spot smash here, maybe. Yeah, this play right here. So what you have is you have a short corner, and then you have like a speed kind of almost out route. What I would essentially do here is just a return route on the tight end, and then I have this like little kind of unique flat, and then I have this arrow route. But effectively, what I'm looking for is that high-low between the corner and the flat to the back. So those are two plays that, again, just good combos. And then if you're on this hash mark, you have your bunch plays, and then you also have your Y trips weak, which I love down here. So this motion mesh, we're going to have a flat, we're going to have an in route, we're going to have a slant route, and we're going to have a swing. Noticing probably a theme here, but basically this post route will do a good job eating man and zone, and then you also have the in route over the middle. So that's a good combo that I like if they're running more man. And then the other one is going to be quick fork zig. We're going to flat this guy on the outside. We're going to crosser the tight end and return route just like we would have normally. And we're really just looking for, if they run man coverage, we really wouldn't want to run this play because it's not that great against man. It's really 4 zone. You could also run this motion mesh combo. You honestly could run motion mesh pretty much as is. And the reason being is because this motion will pull this flat in. And then there's these little pockets that you could throw through people. But the other thing here is this quick fork zig. So if they're running zone, this is the combo right here to me. And the reason being is because the zones kind of drift away. Of course, they're running man again. Wait on that return route. The return route's really your crosser should be an answer, but for whatever reason, it's not hitting quite like we want it to. You could also put this guy on an out route like this as well. Okay. Two options there. They'll both kind of do the same basic thing, but the out route gives you another read against man. Maybe. Yeah, I guess the computer's just saying I'm going to play. Okay, we're just going to run man all game. Okay. I'm going to run Tampa too because that's what most people are going to do in the red zone. And if they're running man coverage, every other play we've shown you works. Okay, every other one. But what we're really looking for is you see that out route against the cloud flat. The cloud flat really goes inside. And if they run cover two, they just have a really hard time of defending that out route. So cover two is really the only way that they can defend the zig. And so by having this little speed out, that we don't want it to stem it to the back of the end zone. We want to stem it just before the back of the end zone, like right there. And then if it's cover two hard flat, what cover two hard flat will do is you'll see here, same basic thing. Okay. So cover two cloud, cover two hard flat, all those, they're going to struggle to stop that route. That's a great route that a lot of people don't think you're going to hit. And then what happens is if they do cover that, the basic way that they could cover that would realistically be, cover two with a curl flat on this guy right here. That's really the best way to guard it. So you'll see that'll kind of play it a little bit better. But now you have your tight end crosser. Now, as far as your tight end crosser, you need to go over that real quick. So when you throw this is actually important. You need that running back ghost route to kind of sit there. That's why, honestly, like, you don't have to necessarily do a return route. You could do just a basic drag, honestly. But effectively, the drag and the ghost will pull that cloud in. And then, I don't know how he's playing that well. Normally does not going to play that well, especially in game. I've thrown that so many times. If he does play it, that means he's in a cloud flat. And so then what you would do is, okay, he's going to play this, right? So he's in a cloud flat. I know that. So now I would go to something like this out of sticks or out of slants because I have this table route. It looks exactly the same as quick fork zig. So what I like to do is, because I have this table route here, I'm going to essentially run the same thing like this right here. But I put a crosser on my ISO. So because I put a crosser there, watch this guy go with the crosser. He leaves this guy 100% of the time. Okay. And then if they hard flat on that side there, which they pretty much have to, if they hard flat on that side, then you see that guy drops down, but your tight end slant is wide open. Okay. And then if they do two purples, or if they do cover two with curl flats instead of deep halves, which is a popular thing to do, remember they're going to be kind of over here. And so because they're going to be over there, normally this crosser will be wide open. If they don't use her the right side, your in route will normally win every single time. But watch how this crosser runs the back of the end zone, just across the middle of the field, kind of gets in a nice spot. So anyway, those are the main passing plays that I would say are worth it down here in the red zone. You could go to bunch tight end motion spacing, and you could, run this however you want to get to it. I mean, the short post is cool. Having this little running back route, you have to throw that right in that little pocket there. Like, those are all cool. The other thing you could do, I'm trying to remember, trio halfback weak. We didn't cover this play yet, but it would basically, we need to be over here, so we need the space. But effectively, one of the combos that you could do that we forgot to mention, it's not that, it's okay. But basically, it would be like, you do your cover twos. Normally, these are going to be curl flats. And so we just want to attack that hook zone. So the way that we're going to do it is we're going to wheel the running back. We're going to flat the slot receiver. It doesn't really matter to me what you do with this outside guy. And then we're going to have, kind of this return route. But what effectively happens is the hook will let the running back run in the back of the end zone. So that's the main, thing that matters. So anyway, those are a couple of ways in which you can attack this down here in the red zone. I would say ultimately, the red zone still it's better. It's way better, but it's still not like unbelievably good, right? You're gonna have to run the ball. You're gonna have to. You don't have a great under center. You don't have a great power run formation. So you're gonna need to use some of this bubblegum stuff. The biggest thing I think is you want to try to lean on this quarterback blast and this RPO bubble. These are two really, really good plays. But in general, this is probably, I don't know how you could argue that this is the best bunch, really best passing playbook probably overall in the game, especially if you're a bunch guy. It is still lacking a little bit in red zone, but it definitely improved with this latest update. And if you want to get my full Benkert ebook with written setups, pictures, images, video breakdowns, read progressions, everything, that's going to be in our school community. And that link will be in the description below.